it's a Belgian beer, but was it from Italy or was it from like somewhere out? Where was it brewed?
It was brewed in Belgium.
Okay, because he was brewing it. He was brewing a couple different weird places. Like I actually had covered. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years, but I used to talk to him about beer a while ago.
Oh, cool.
And he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that." This is before he actually imported into the North America.
Yeah,
he was like trying to figure out how to get his beer in North America. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, well, he clearly has contacts on the west.
Speaking of weird places, we're live now.
Cool.
Yeah, and hey everybody, welcome back to your conversation about beer already in progress. Might as well talk about it. Like, what was it you guys were just talking about, just so everybody knows?
My craft beer advent calendar review for tomorrow. So basically, I'm doing the review the day in advance. So today's the 11th of December. I'm doing the 12th, but I mean, for me, it doesn't make a difference. I'm still cracking her open on camera and doing a quick review, and there we go.
Nice. So
that's it.
We won't ask you what exactly it is you're drinking because that'll otherwise
it's dark, and Chris, if you're watching this, it is not 6 point or
it's a Pilsner. It's a Pilsner.
It's most obviously
it's the deepest, dankest Pilsner you can find, and the darkest hovels is Czechoslovakia or whatever.
Schwartz be with you.
Yeah, and it's not 6.5%, Chris, so you didn't get a mention in Ashley's video.
I did mention the whole thing, but he was just wrong. So I just said, you're wrong. Yeah. So that's what's in my glass. It's a mystery Pilsner. Nick, what's in your glass?
I am drinking a Pump House Kazakh Imperial Stout. So 8.7% ABV Imperial Stout from Pump House in Moncton, New Brunswick. Of course, inspired by what's her name, Leela Fraser, the one of the co-founders of Pump House, co-owners of Pump House. She's from Kazakhstan.
I was gonna say there's obviously some sort of Kazakhstani relation there.
So her Kazakh heritage. So it's kind of like a nod to
the well-known Frasers of Kazakhstan.
Pretty sure she married into the family.
Yeah, I know.
It's a wife.
It's all right. Everyone gets my lame joke. I'm drinking from the Bose the recent mix pack. I assume it's their most recent one, unless we're getting like a half-year-old mix pack. That's a possibility too. Bose Countdown Pale Ale.
Oh, that's new. Yeah, I just saw that on the Insta Googles.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's kind of a semi like, we're kind of sort of approaching New England style IPA kind of thing, but in pale ale form, and we're not quite doing that though at the same time. And it's just kind of, juicy, fruity, tropical. Every beer tastes like this beer these days, kind of thing.
Fair enough. And yeah, Matt, you went from a hazy to a very light Pilsner there. So
yes, another Pilsner. Thank you very much. Actually, I'm drinking homebrew. Actually, of all things, and this is not going to look like homebrew to you guys. This is I got 3 of these sent to me from a couple of guys down by Florida. These are it's basically 3 12-ounce bottles of a barley wine. It's an American and English hybrid barley wine. And they did 1 age in bourbon barrels. They did 1 age in rye whiskey barrels that previously held maple syrup. And then this is the gray wax. Look at that fancy shit. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And this is a blend of the two. So there was a bourbon, there was a rye maple, and then the blend of the two. And now I'm drinking the blend of the two. Now it's up. Brewster's Ales and Brewhound Brewing. And this is honestly, like, straight up, no joke, some of the best barley wine I've had, period, not homebrew, like, in general, like, just just delicious fucking barley wine. So
I watched your other review today, and then the one from last Wednesday from those guys, and it sounds pretty impressive.
It's like kind of like to the point where I kind of feel like I might be getting, like, trolled a little bit, but I'm like, yeah, whatever.
No.
Hey, I got trolled with delicious beer. How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah.
How dare
Oh
you share
man.
me with delicious shit?
Yeah, no, we don't have a brewery. My uncle just brewed this shit. I don't know what the fuck. I just did the label design because I took like graphic design in college one semester.
Well, it's one of those things where you like an exception to the rule. There's always exceptions, but when you see a home brewer go out of the way to make like really nice labels and wax it and stuff like that, more often than not, the beer is going to be hot garbage because they're putting way more effort into the bottle and labeling than they are the beer.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see somebody that just obsesses over the whole package, which is usually the case when it comes to professional breweries. You know what I mean? They like rarely is there a professional brewer who's like, I make good beer. I don't care what people see when it hits the shelves. Fuck them. Just put it in whatever bottle. Like more times than not, that control freak does it all the way to the end. But anyway.
I almost wonder though what scale they're operating at to get barrels, because I mean,
well, in the States here, we can get tiny little barrels, man. Like I can go down the street. Yeah, like there's so many upstart distilleries and like whiskey makers and stuff like that. Like there's there's like in like New Jersey and Pennsylvania, close to where I am, there'll be bars or even like kind of like pseudo brew pubs or wineries and stuff like that. Yeah. And they'll get these little like 5-gallon barrels that these distilleries will gift or give to like these bars so they could literally age this whiskey in their bar and they could serve directly out of it. Really? What they'll do is repurpose those and be like, okay, now like they'll give them to friends or give them whatever so you can get these, or you can even order them in the States here. I know me and my friend Wade in the past, we ordered a couple cases of a beer we thought was going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, and it sucked. So what he did, and he took the reins on this, he actually ordered a couple of fresh 5-gallon little mini barrels, and he put a bunch of great scotch he loved in it for a year, and then he drank the scotch over the year, and then took those beers we didn't like and just dumped them into those fucking like open them up, dumped them in.
What? Really?
Yeah, straight up. And then we barrel aged already beers that we already had. We put them in there. Then we actually threw like one bottle of Triple Bock, St. Adam's Triple Bock, just to kind of like season them. We're like, yeah, fuck that, motherfucker. And it was delicious. I mean, the carbonation was off. The carbonation was off, obviously, because by that time we couldn't recarbonate. But you can find them. You can find them around. You can do it if you want. And this had to be barrel aged. A lot of times when you see a home brewer do say barrel aged, what they mean is cubes or staves or chips or any of that stuff. That's not the case in here. You get too much barrel character out of this too. You can taste the char and all that kind of stuff.
See around here and like a few of the Facebook groups I'm part of that are like more regional to me. It's just like, hey, I got this 55-gallon barrel. Who wants to? Everyone come and we'll brew big batches, put it all in, and then we'll split it, right? So,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but you can find small barrels. Definitely, you can find them.
Well, I guess that makes sense then, because I was thinking as I'm watching you go through these beers, like they're fucking amazing. It's like, okay, these guys are pretty close to being on the way to like opening up a brewery type of thing because they got big fucking barrels, right?
I'm sure they are, but even if let's say you're close to opening up a brewery, there's still no way you're filling up two 55-gallon barrels. Like that's great. That's a lot of beer. You have to have decent production to do that. So they're finding somewhere in between. So
yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed watching those ones, so I aspire. But
yeah, I'm enjoying the homebrew stuff. I'm trying to do just homebrews on Wednesdays, and we'll see what's what.
Greg, what are you drinking in the dark?
Let me get some light. I don't know why it's so pretty lit. Me myself is light. But anyway, I'm having a New England style Octopus Wants to Fight. And it is delicious, although not that different from regular Octopus Wants to Fight. So if you don't like regular, you probably won't like this one that much. But if you love the regular like I do, you'll probably like this one. Well, that's exciting.
Good on GLB because they didn't do anything to the recipe. They just took out some base malt, bumped the oats up to like 20%, and just kept everything else the same.
Yep, they basically just made it New England.
Yep.
That's the non-technical way of what Ashley just said.
Actually, I'd be really interested to know if they actually used a different yeast strain.
I thought they did. I thought that's the whole point of New England style.
Well,
It says Vermont yeast.
yeah, but they could use that Vermont yeast in their regular octopus once a fight as well.
Isn't Vermont yeast mostly like a saison base? Because most New England IPAs are like what, Conan or a London 3, right?
I honestly have no idea. Yeah, London 3 or the London, because it doesn't flock all that well, so all that shit just stays in suspension.
Walk off.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Ashley, this is what the can says, whether you believe the can or not. We've taken our beloved Octopus Wants to Fight and brewed it in our 7-barrel system using Vermont yeast.
Okay.
Making this a New England style pale ale. Why? Because we can.
So yeah, okay. So there we go. I mean, they're alluding to the fact that they changed the yeast, but they would have changed their malt bill, I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know a lot more about this than I do, but just every time I've heard it mentioned, I've only heard them mention changing the yeast. So if they did it, they're not really publicly talking about it.
Oh.
Would they now? Do you say that because the Vermont yeast would require like a different amount of malt to actually ferment? That's the word I'm looking.
No, it's because oats and like other different types of malt get like lend to the creamy body, right? So yeah, there's a bunch of different things in play. What's that brewery that Daydream and Double Daydream that Joe reviews? Other half. So they have like don't they have versions that are just like unoated, and then they have there we go. Then they have their Double Daydream or whatever it is that has like just more oats or just.
Well, I think the Daydream means there's lactose.
Oh, the lactose. That's right.
And then there's something about like they have basically words that mean things, you know.
Yeah. Broccoli and Royale with cheese and all that shit.
Yeah.
I love Royale with cheese right now.
Royale with cheese.
There must be a beer called Royale with cheese somewhere,
Oh,
right? Like
there's gotta be
they must
somewhere.
have done it at some point.
Matt's
Hey, I
probably-
like Pulp Fiction.
I'm sure there is somewhere
Yeah.
amongst the thousands of craft breweries in North America.
Full of people who were teenagers in the 90s
What's
who
the
run out
best-
of ideas.
What's the best beer name you guys have heard as of late? Like, is there one you're like, okay, I like that? Not necessarily like a super cool or like whatever. You're just like, that's a great name for a beer.
That's a great question, actually.
That is a great question.
Because there's one out here in Pennsylvania that is like super simple, but is just one of the best. And it's basically the name of the beer is Store Bought is Fine.
Fine. There we go. That's funny. What's the? I wonder what the style is, though.
It's just a pale ale. It's just Store Bought is Fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of going to the brewery and waiting in line, Store Bought's fine.
Yeah. There was actually one from the local one, or a local small brewery around here called Get It the Fuck Enya.
Oh,
But that one's just funny just because it really pisses people off. And it's just like, really? You're just going to let the name of the beer piss you off? Yeah, that's there are some
I really like the one from Sleeping Giants, Mr. Canoehead.
Oh, the
It's a reference to a TV show in Canada.
Yeah, no, that's the Frantics 4 on the floor.
Yeah.
From the 80s, yeah.
the Freedom 35
Freedom 35.
the Trailer Park Boys beer.
Kind of good, yeah. It'd be better if the beer was good, but you know,
right.
From Maybe Brewing, there's May the Schwartz be with you.
Yeah, see, you know what though? That's just an easy go-to from
Or Schwartz beer, yes, yeah.
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 Death by Greg's Nuts.
I mean,
I'm no.
this is a sort of an old school one, and it's probably not particularly creative, but I've always been partial to GLB's Miami Vice or Vice.
Doesn't matter.
However you want to pronounce it. Like, I always thought that was clever. Plus, I like the label art. So
It is clever. I will give him that.
there's also a beer that was named 10 years ago when there weren't like a gazillion other clever beers. So it was clever before everyone else was clever.
Yeah. So I think what we're getting at is that people are trying to be too clever when they could have just said store bought's okay. Yeah, right? Because it's just like, there we go.
Don't outthink the room, man. Just
You don't exactly.
keep it simple, stupid.
Yep. Gotta love that.
There's always the classic one from which one? Indie Ale House Cock Punch or Cock Punch. Or whatever it's called. I remember I first tried that beer back in 2012. It was at a beer festival, way before they started bottling it. And I asked the guy, and I was really new to IPAs. I'm like, oh, why is that called Cock Puncher? He's like, oh, because it's so hoppy, it feels like someone just punched you in the dick.
Jesus. If I got that feeling after drinking a beer, I would ask for a refund. Pretty
Yeah.
fast. What the fuck you put in this, asshole?
So I
Hey,
actually
Nick.
have.
Side chat.
What about it? Oh,
Look at it.
Oh, Derek Glibert is here.
Wow.
Fucking Nick, asleep at the wheel again.
Oh, you.
Seriously.
Well, I will say, like, I'm bad at remembering names for beers and shit, but Boxing Rock here in Nova Scotia has one called Puck Off.
we have
lagered
that
ale.
here.
Yeah, and if you buy the 6-pack, you actually get a fucking hockey puck in it. How fucking ridiculously
sweet.
Canadian is that, right?
I have to buy a pack of that now.
I just imagine like the father going in and buying it and just strolling outside with his kid being sad, being like, "Here you go, fucker," and just throwing a prop. Like, I can't entertain yourself, asshole.
I think
You're like, I'm gonna drink my beer.
Take your fucking puck.
pretty much, and you know, and I mean, it is a dad beer too. It's just a lagered ale. It's just like, yeah, okay, this is a dad beer, you know.
It's better than Sleeman giving away fucking socks and shit in their fucking 6-packs.
What, they give away socks?
Yeah.
What? How big are the socks they give away?
I have no idea. I didn't buy that.
Because it just sounds like something I jerk off in. It's like, what the fuck?
Here's your jerk off sock to go with your jerk off.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
here's my Sleeman Seaman sock.
Oh my God.
Lee's angling for like the Braveheart version, or like some men's socks are bigger than others.
Yeah.
Oh,
Flip
that's,
into a Sleeman sock.
that's the
It's
best name for a beer. Sapporo.
Sapporo has socks too. Does
It's
the-
the beer that launched 1,000 racist impressions.
That's right. That's right. They have socks too, but they're super racist.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's appropriate for Sleeman being a dad beer. It's a dad life. You know, the jerk off socks. So hey, right, Ash?
I know nothing about what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like, don't try to compare my marriage to yours, you piece of shit.
Would it be a jerk off sake then? Oh,
You know what? Actually, that beer we just reviewed, I actually went upstairs and gave it to Amy, and she actually likes it. So I'm like, "Fuck, it's yours."
See, you got to read between the lines. What he means to say is he went upstairs and gave it to Amy. It has nothing to do with the beer.
No, she's watching the freaking congressional impeachment bullshit that you guys got going on up
You
there.
know how many times I've banged my wife while she was watching something? She
Oh my
doesn't care.
God.
She just lays there anyway, so whatever.
Women can do two things at once. They don't need to pay you full attention to you.
Classic ad right here.
We're looking through pictures on my phone of beers I've drank over the last while, looking for clever names. There's one called A Current Affair, which was black currant beer, sour,
Blackcurrant.
pastry sour, lactose and black currants. I don't
Fucking
know.
lactose.
That'd be even more clever if it was like a collaboration, Bill.
And there's the time I drank it, which is the time I fell on my fit.
That time you fell off the chair. That was awesome. And that was caught on video, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made an edit of that. I gotta find that.
I'm sure Jamie has a gift somewhere.
GIF.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
The GIF.
Yeah, GIF.
Shut up.
Yeah, fuck you, Jiffy.
Fuck you, Jiffy. Wow. Harsh.
So what are you doing? Are you drinking, or are you like fully engaged in this I'm getting away from beer thing now that you were telling me about?
No, I'm not drinking, but I'm not fully whatever's.
No, you confessed to me that he's going to become a teetotaler for 2020.
Exactly. Teabag 2020.
Nice. Well, got a New Year's resolution in place. I hope you.
No, fuck no. I was just telling Lee, I'm like, hey, I give the guy a fucking compliment and he throws me into the bus. What a fucking jerk off.
What do you expect?
That's my move, fucker. No, I was just saying that. No, I don't really watch a lot of beer tube. Sorry, Matt. Oh, Matt's gone. Or listen to a lot of beer podcasts anymore. I actually just listen to a lot of movie and stuff like that. I've been sort of jonesing on that right now, and I just said, hey,
It feels like you started the story and then you stopped.
Who, me?
Yeah. So you're focusing more on entertainment style stuff.
And I told Lee, hey, I enjoyed your podcast. I listened to it today. Blah blah blah. And then he just says, oh yeah, I'm not like into beer anymore. I'm just teetotaling, whatever fucking bullshit.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got to embellish it a little bit just to make fun of you. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what you do all the time. You hypocrite.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, fair.
Exactly. So you take that L and you just you love it.
I'm fine with that.
I've been trying to get into podcasts and stuff like that. Now that I've like sort of cut TV and that like the TV's not on and whatnot, I'm trying to like fill my airtime or that void entertainment space with stuff. And I often find I'm listening to like sports radio and stuff, but I've been listening to like some of the Joe Rogan podcasts and whatnot, but haven't really quite caught on to anything that really grabs me, I guess. Maybe I'm just not looking at the right subject matter.
Depends on what you're into, right? It's like, and also there's like 8,000 million billion podcasts out there. So like, even when it comes to a subject you like, you might just be listening to the wrong podcast about it. There might be like 8,000 ones better than the one you're listening to, right? It's just you haven't heard of them, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, that part's hard. I actually found besides Lee's, there's a podcast by The Ringer. I don't know if you heard of that website. They do a lot of podcasts, but the one
Rewatchables.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
yes.
Buddy. I know exactly what you're gonna say.
I love it. I love the Rewatchables.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's like you're sitting around with a bunch of your friends, right?
Yeah. They bring up a lot of good stuff. So,
what's the subject matter? Like,
they just rewatch movies.
Oh, okay, movies. Gotcha.
Movies that are rewatchable. Like basically, you can turn them on anytime. I was like,
okay.
yes,
One I find interesting that I just start listening to, it's called The Best Movies Never Made. And they basically, these are guys who, they have some context in actual Hollywood and stuff, so they can get a hold of like scripts for movies that were never made. So they're talking like about like Commando 2 and shit like that. Like, and they go through like the whole history of it and they interview people who wrote the scripts and all that shit. It's like, it's pretty fucking interesting. Some of the, like just the weirdo batshit stuff that has not been made. It just got shelved, which happens to about like 99% of scripts that are written. They're just shelved. Right. So.
Well, to kind of riff off of what you said, but like The Ringer is like one of my favorite. Like Bill Simmons, this guy who runs that site, is like one of my favorite. Like, I don't know, content producers. I know it sounds fucked up, but like the rewatchables from what you're talking about, Lee, is awesome because today they did they do all movies. They've done dramas, everything you can possibly imagine, but they did Happy Gilmore today. They usually do about one a week, and like they have people that like have made movies with Adam Sandler telling stories about like the movie, like they're like super inside information about who should have been cast, who wanted to be cast, but then like the powers that be like took them out of it. But they have this cool like weird format about like who would you want to be in the movie as opposed to this person. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
It's really interesting take from a kind of not like super snooty nor like really uppity way. It's kind of like, okay, this is fucking obviously hilarious. We love this fucking movie, or this movie's drama is great. We all love it. Why do we love it? Why do we hate it? What's wrong about it? What's right about it? Who should have been in it? Who shouldn't have been in it? And like all those, they call it. They'll even say like half-assed internet research. They'll be like, okay, this is the things that we think we know, but who the fuck really knows? Because who the fuck actually knows? Because it's somebody else saying it. So it's totally worth a listen.
And I love when they do the categories too.
Yeah, like the Dion Waiters fucking heat check award, or fucking the Joey Pants fucking award and all that shit. Yeah.
The basically they'll focus on like side characters or bit characters that have impact in the movies, or guys like, hey, I know that guy. I've seen him in a million things. I don't know his name, so they give them an award because they show up in stuff you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Or best lines, best rewatchable scenes, and they just review those and they have a laugh. It's good.
But they connected in with sports. So for example, like they called it like the Dion Waiters Award. Like in basketball, there was a basketball player called Dion Waiters, and he wasn't that good of a basketball player, but what he was good for was about 5 minutes. You bring him in, and for some bizarre reason, he'd hit like 5 3-pointers in like 3 minutes, and then he'd be out, and he'd never bring him back in. So then be like, oh yeah, this guy was the Dion Waiters of this fucking thing, or like they'll be like, or like the Joey Pants Award is Joey Pantoliano. The guy who's been in like every movie, but you don't actually know his fucking name. They're like, who's the Joey Pants Award? Who's this fucking guy? You know what I mean? They're like, this guy that we have no idea what his name is. That kind of shit. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Faces. That's fun. Mm-hmm. What's that podcast called again?
It's The Ringer is the name of the podcast network.
Okay.
And the name of the actual podcast is called The Rewatchables.
The Rewatchables. Okay.
You just see a big like spiral pattern.
Yeah.
Is the name of their logo.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I mean, I'm not a big video file or anything like that, but I've watched.
And this is actually perfect for people like you, a little more casual.
Yeah.
And myself as well. Like they did do a lot of blockbusters. They do, stuff going back to the 80s, 90s. It's pretty good.
Cool. Right on. How are those chips, Nick?
Good.
Fucking all
Well, I have
dressed.
my job muted because all dressed.
Fucking all dressed.
You made him get grease all over his mouth.
First time.
Fucking jeez.
That fucking dog, man. In like 10 minutes, it's gonna start fucking his shoulder like last week.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna get a red rocket.
This guy's escalating.
Retro.
Oh, he's such a grumpy grump. Oh, somebody needs to go to bed. I should get the stuffed one to beat him.
He's gonna be humping the stuff one shortly.
He's starting to get his big boy teeth.
He'll be doing that stuff thing what Nick does to Garfield.
How old is he, Greg?
Fuck you.
He's a little over 5 months, 5.5 maybe. I'm not.
That's my puppy's the exact same age, man.
Yeah.
Taco.
Is
Taco-
he stubborn like this guy?
Oh yeah, he loves socks. He likes to bite everything, and he still doesn't know how to not piss in the house. But he hasn't pooped since he got here. Like he's okay with poop.
He doesn't poop in the house, but he pisses all over the place.
No, he doesn't piss all over the place. But he's like, well, here's the deal. He barks if he wants anything. He barks if we're eating. He barks if he wants a sock. He barks if he wants his bone. He barks and makes all the noise in the world. But if he has to pee, he just stands by the door as quiet as possible. And if we don't acknowledge him within a minute, then he pees. Yeah. So it's like he barks for everything. Everything he wants, he barks. Yeah. But then if he has to pee, he just sits by the door like quietly.
Yeah. Well, we got reusable pads for this guy, so he knows to pee on those. He's really good. He like almost never has accidents. The only time he has an accident is there's Matt's in Agnes's bathroom that he thinks are pads, so he pees on those occasionally. But otherwise, no, he pees on the pads. They're great. We wash them. They don't stink. They're fantastic. And he knows to go outside and crap on the balcony. So that's good. We're working on getting him to crap only on walks, but we only take him on one long walk a day now. So
what pray tell happens to the crap on the balcony? Are you doing the red beard thing? Or are you just shoveling and chucking it?
I would love to just toss it off my balcony onto the busy street.
That would be amazing. Fucking Etobicoke. It's raining shit in Etobicoke today.
It's raining shit.
I would just give it a little brush and just see how far it goes, see where it lands. Like, okay, that's good. I'll just keep doing that.
Oh, man. There's tons of dumb people in Toronto throwing shit off their balcony. Didn't some chick just get fucking thrown in jail a few weeks ago for tossing a chair off her balcony?
They haven't sentenced her yet. She may get prison time. They're not sure. But yeah, she threw 2 chairs off like an 18th floor balcony on the highway.
Some other guy tossed a fucking champagne bottle. Like, people are stupid, man. Like,
You know what? Like, I'm not saying you should go to prison for the rest of your life, but if you do something stupid like that, you should spend at least a month in prison. Like, they should just to fucking let you know that you're a fucking idiot, and maybe you'll learn your lesson next time. Because if they find this chick, she'll do it again next month. She probably made enough money on her Instagram post to cover whatever fine they're going to give her. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking people.
Yeah, fines don't really work with shit like that. It's like take away their liberty for a year and then see if they throw shit off a balcony again.
Have one of the guys in prison throw some shit up their a-hole.
Well, that might happen. Yeah, you never know. But
Accidents happen.
ooh.
Women may not have dicks, but they got poop logs, and they can be used if they're hard enough.
Geez, there's another guy in Toronto. Is like the worst place to live. There's some guy in Toronto who got arrested last week for walking up to women and throwing feces all over them. It's just like come on.
You got the story wrong. That happened like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yes, there was a serial poop thrower. He had a bucket of poop and he was going around throwing it.
Oh, I saw that story about that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It took him. The thing is, like, it looked like I thought it would be some homeless dude or something. It looked like some perfectly respectable. He was a black guy, but he looked like a perfectly respectable, like he looked like a construction worker or something. Like, I'm like,
no, he looked well dressed, and he looked like, oh, this is a guy who probably has a life. You know, that's normal.
Like, you look at the photos of him; he looks like just a regular guy that like wouldn't be throwing poop at people. Like, he doesn't look like fucking Charles Manson or something.
But I mean,
poop, here's poop.
But I mean, obviously, like it feels like it's kind of obvious. There's like a mental health issue there somewhere, right? Right. So,
like, if you were to ask me, I would say Redbeard probably throws poop at people. Apparently, he doesn't, but he looks like the kind that would throw poop at people.
He's a culprit. He's a poop throwing culprit.
He looks like he would, like, you know what? If you told me, hey, North Bay has a poop throwing problem, I'd be like, Redbeard. Talk to Redbeard, interview him, put him under a light, don't give him a Pepsi, nothing.
Nah, I don't think Redbeard has his idiosyncrasies. He's eccentric as hell. I don't think he's a mentally ill poop thrower, though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't throw that on him.
He's fully aware of what he's doing.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say, though, is I think the interview with Redbeard would be a lot like the Basic Instinct thing, because, you know, he likes kilts now. So.
Oh, dude.
He'd make Newman sweat.
Yeah.
So, Matt, are you working on your top 10s of the year?
I have not at all, which is awesome. Yeah,
well, that's all right.
I'm going to do a top 10 things I hate in the world that isn't beer related, and that's it. Like,
okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
That's
and like 9 out of 10 are going to be beer related, so it's going to be crazy.
9 out of 10, like number 1's going to be peeing on Maxwell Star's channel.
Peeing on Maxwell Star's, yeah. Okay, guys.
Now you're gonna
in my head before I get too drunk because I got a Christmas party tomorrow. So I'll be back in like half hour. Goodbye.
Woo. Oh, he's going to clear his head, which means he's going to go bang his wife.
hopefully he's going to go walk his dog.
Oh,
But whatever.
I can do it too.
Well, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, walking the dog can be euphemism for banging the weather.
Wank is getting the red rocket going on.
Retro Rocket.
Retro Rocket.
So what are you drinking? You're nothing.
Nothing.
Polish
Water?
Springs.
Polish Springs. Polish.
I told you he's going full teetotaler.
No.
I mean, he
doesn't have
confessed in
enough.
like
He ran
He
out of
confessed-
Cantillon.
he confessed in several posts. It's like I just can't drink beer anymore. I can't live this lie, Lee, anymore. I'm just not up to it. I can't do it anymore. I'm too old. I can't handle beer anymore.
He just
And-
ran out of beers that are near him that are good enough for him. and
No,
so
it's all a physical thing. It's like, man, every time I drink a beer, I'm down for 2 days. I can't do shit. And
Down for 2 days.
I mean, I'm throwing sympathy here. I feel bad for Yort. You know, he confessed this stuff, and I think we should all respect his wishes that he just can't drink beer anymore.
Once,
It's all
once
right.
you pass the age of 55, the hangover is so bad that you have to take 2 days off after drinking.
That's right.
Yep.
But I'm not even 55 yet, which is frightening.
No, Yort is a responsible adult.
I try to be.
Yeah, that's all you can do is try.
Actually, Greg asked me a good question this morning, and I tried to answer it. He was saying that after drinking Steam Whistle, he's been getting hangovers after just having 1 or 2 beers, and same with Agnes. He was wondering if they've added preservatives in the last year or so. And I was like, no, I don't think that even adding preservatives to a beer would enhance a hangover. So
No, they were absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I wasn't sure, like, or maybe there's something I'm sensitive to it because I
Yeah, no,
had hangovers and then I drank 2 of them, not even 2, 1.5 yesterday, and I had a splitting headache this morning. I'm like, this is weird because normally I can drink Imperial Stouts and I'm fine.
And you know what? It was hard to articulate like as best as I could in the chat, but I honestly think it's just maybe just a one-off, or I don't know, maybe just being dehydrated accidentally. It's very easy.
Yeah, that's right. I would probably attribute it to hydration.
Yeah.
I drank
listen.
And being a little bitch.
I don't know, but I'll do further experiments and I'll get back to you guys.
No, Greg, Agnes, here's what you need to do, or rather what you need to stop doing.
What?
You can't roll up those purity seals into little tinfoil balls and eat them. They're not good for you.
It doesn't come with. It doesn't like provide like a filter.
Yeah. That's the problem. The 6-packs now, they don't come with purity seals anymore.
Oh shit!
That's the problem. We're drinking impure beer.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Imagine if fucking Steam Whistle like purposely like sabotaged their own beers just so they could justify keeping the purity seal.
Semen.
Well, I mean, we are.
Oh my god.
Now, actually, are either one of you asthmatic at all?
No.
No, because they were saying that sulfites can sometimes affect people. This article I read that sulfites can have a reaction to people who have asthma. I don't know why or how.
I know Rhino was one time mentioning something about sulfites. Are sulfites a preservative? I think they are, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
I
You get a lot of them in ciders and stuff
Ciders.
too.
Yeah, ciders and wines, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll have to do some further experiments that involve.
Yeah, it's worth it because, I mean, outside of what your steam whistles, you're just drinking big, heavy, boozy bourbon barrel aged
Yeah,
shit.
honestly,
So-
it sounds like dehydration. Like you were pretty much, I think you spot on there.
You know what's strange about that is I drank a few pints of water with them too yesterday. So I mean I don't.
You can't hydrate while it's happening. You have to hydrate beforehand.
Yeah, before and then.
Otherwise,
No.
the stuff you're doing at the time is not going to affect you till later. So it's not quite the same.
I don't know.
That'd be my guess.
Goodbye.
And you're a little bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck my dick, Huey.
Yeah, if you're while you're drinking, if you're drinking water while you're drinking drinks, it's more like you're diluting than you're like really helping.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. But also, you know, maybe throw a little bit of vitamin C into the equation there too. Have a little bit of orange juice or something at the end of the night.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, if your body's like, if you're firing on all cylinders, you can get away with a lot more than a day where you're not eating as well, you're not hydrated, you're not, you don't have, like, if you don't take a vitamin or whatever, like you said, vitamin C or any vitamins that day. Because there's been times where it'll be 10 beers or drinks, whatever, in a long day. I'm great. There's some days it's 2, and I'd be like, ugh, just
Like, what the fuck happened, right? Yeah.
Or you could pound down what vitamin is it? Vitamin D, I think it is the one that's supposed to be like the hangover killer, but at the same time makes your pee like fucking neon green.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody needs a little vitamin D, if you know what I'm saying.
A little bit of the
Greg knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
You know, I've definitely had a few mornings where I woke up and I should have been 10 times worse than what I was, and I've like sort of like, how did I fucking like skirt that one? Like, how did I dodge that bullet? This doesn't make any sense. But then, yeah, it's like a few nights, or you just have like 2 or 3, and it's just like, oh my god, I don't want to go to work today. What the fuck happened?
Yeah,
that's weird.
I imagine just like a lack of sleep and stress and stuff,
Yeah.
like just like compound on that shit.
Or just not drinking water all day.
Yeah, and you know, either way, it's like, I feel great or I feel like shit. Either way, it's bacon and eggs. I'm just gonna have some bacon and eggs. And
Bacon and
I feel
eggs.
better.
I think bacon and eggs solves like 9 out of every 10 problems.
No, the wisdom of Kelsey Grammer.
I didn't just steal it.
Toss salad and scrambled eggs.
Oh. He's a weird dude. How old is this? Like, didn't he marry someone who's like 1/3 of his age?
I think he did that like 3 times.
Probably.
Yeah,
like 40,
you know,
I think he's got a problem.
Or he's on to something. I mean, really,
Yeah,
it's perspective. It's really perspective when it comes to that.
he's got a weird marriage jag going on, but otherwise, you know, he's, you know, because I'd be like, if I'm an actor who made a lot of money, I might not, and I kind of have a propensity for playing around. I might not want to put a ring on everything unless I get a good prenup. I might want to, you know, like get off of that because I might not have money after like the 3rd marriage. But
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's got boatloads off that show. My God.
I hope so, because he kind of blackballed himself after like.
You opened a brewery.
Did he really? Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you open a brewery. Like, it's like horrible, but it's still a brewery. Yeah, look it up. Kelsey Grammer. I think it's called. I forget what it's called. I reviewed one of the beers.
Oh, Kelsey Grammer's brewery.
Yeah.
Maybe
Sure.
he and
it's in the Catskills, like the upper Catskills, New York, like up in the Hudson Valley.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith American Brewery.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that goes with his like. By the way, everyone, I'm a Republican. It's like I'm a Republican in Hollywood, and I'm impressed. By the way, I'm making boatloads of money.
You also jerk off into a sock.
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
Seaman sock.
Yeah.
Stay for
The free ones that come with. Well, yeah.
now does Wesley Crusher have his own brewery yet?
Nah, he just does whatever fucking.
Well, he's got like a beer.
What's his mom's name? Whatever Beverly tells him.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, I do whatever Beverly Crusher tells me to do too.
Did you hear? Oh my God! Okay, so I have to go by their stage names. Deanna Troy's husband died, and then Odo died.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
And
Yeah,
that sucks, eh? Holy shit!
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, fucking Renee
Aubergine.
whatever the last.
Odo, yeah, the guy that died.
Yeah, he was 79, so it's like good run, you know.
Man, 79.
Yeah.
Lung cancer though, which sucks.
Well, he's French and he smokes a lot. All French
Yeah.
people smoke, so that's
That's right, you racist.
like you want a French passport? Do you smoke? Okay, there you go. Don't spread the word.
engage.
Yeah.
Schedule.
Oh god.
Schedule.
Oh well. Yeah, that sucks. Oh well. Time for another beer. Oh, this may be my last one.
Yeah. Speaking of the last one, I'm taking off. See you guys later.
All right, Matt. Have a good one, sir.
Yeah, Matt, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
I will see you guys on Wednesday.
Next week,
For the
yeah.
next one. Yeah.
Christmas beer, seasonal, holiday, whatever beer. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Cheers.
shits and giggles. Cheers, dude.
Yeah, I'm out too. Going to bed.
All right. Have a good one, Yurt.
See ya.
And
That
then
sounds Don't sound so excited. Yeah. See ya. Whatever. Hope y'all die. Fuck you.
Like die in a fire or some shit.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yurt did tell me that he's cutting down on the sort of beer nerd shit.
Oh,
That's why he's so depressed now.
Yeah. Not letting himself have any fun.
Mm-hmm. What's he gonna do in wintertime? Golf? Come on, dude.
I know he's got the money to go down south to do it.
Yeah, I guess he could go to Florida or some shit and golf. I suppose, whatever.
Go to Mar-a-Lago or something.
Yeah, but goddamn.
If I ever get told to not drink beer anymore or cut back on beer, I'll just drink less beer.
Yeah,
they already left.
I know.
Anyway, follow up to that. Gates McFadden could tell me to do anything, and I'd do it. Even now,
now?
she's probably what? She's probably what in her 60s now. I don't give a fuck.
79.
I don't give a fuck. She could put on some leather and whip my ass. I don't give a fuck.
It's Marina Sirtis's big tits. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Way to objectify a woman, Nick.
Jesus, man. God damn.
We got Eric Go. Oh, you saw.
She's 70 now. Gates McFadden.
Is
she's
she?
how old?
Yeah, she's 70 now.
70.
She still looks good.
There's a picture of her in 2018.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
I'm on
she
that.
looks like she's had some work done to her face.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't care.
My old faithful Ransack.
30 years ago, she was smoking though. So
I don't know. I never like if you're talking about Deanna Troy, like okay, 7 of 9. Hey.
Although I would argue Deanna Troy looked better like afterwards in the movies where she got out of the like curly haired phase, and
you see that 7 of 9. Jerry Ryan, she's in the new Star Trek series that's looked pretty good.
Oh, the Discovery? Oh no, the Picard one. The Picard one.
Picard one, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, is that out yet? Is that like a thing, or is that still coming? Has it gone? Like
still coming, but there's going to be a season of it in January. I think is when it's January 23rd.
And it's exclusive to the CBS like streaming thing that they have.
Fuck off! Are you serious?
Well, that's in the States. I think it's going to be like that in the States. I think in Canada it's going to be on Crave.
Oh, I mean, if any of you motherfuckers have 1, 2, 3 movies, you're gonna get it. Like it's gonna be pirated up the fucking yin yang. That's what I do. I don't have real TV anymore, so it's like
So it's broadcast in Canada by CTV Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh, there you go.
Streaming on Crave. So yeah,
if you have regular TV, you can see it,
and it'll be on Amazon Prime in the States, according to us.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? I mean, if you just hide your IP, you can.
Yeah.
I have Crave, so I can watch it anyway.
But that looks fucking interesting. I want to see fucking Patrick Stewart bring back Picard. I'm up for that shit.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to see him die.
No, like then that's the thing. Like he's one of those fucking like 70-year-old motherfuckers who's like still
you
so
just want
vital.
You just want to see him kick ass forever.
It's like well, how old is William Shatner now?
He's in his 80s.
Yeah,
he's still fucking kicking ass too.
He's looking a little plastic though, but
he doesn't look as old as he should because he's been fat for like 30, 40 years.
That's true.
Like that, it's true. Like he hasn't had like the he's not one of those people who's suffered under the wrinkles and the shrinkage because he's had the bloat. So, but he should have died before Spock. That's all I have to say.
And Spock was a shame. Yeah, holy shit. William Shatner is 88.
Yeah.
Isn't
almost
Chekhov
8.
dead too?
No, I don't think so.
Chekhov's
Scotty is.
Chekhov's definitely younger. Scotty's dead.
Scotty's dead. Who else is dead? Someone else is dead.
What about Uhuru?
No, her is dead. Still alive.
No, she's still alive.
I think they were saying that she's suffering from dementia.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who else is dead?
And that's what Scotty died from, complications of that.
DeForest Kelly's been dead for years.
Yeah, DeForest Kelly was like the first one to die.
Doctor. Yeah, he was.
What a terrible name.
Yeah. He made it work for him.
Like, should his name have been like Kelly DeForest?
I don't know. It's weird, right? Because it's like Hollywood. You can change your name if you want to.
That's right. Yeah.
But he just like DeForest Kelly. He's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I've never seen a name like that.
Yeah.
Nurse Chapel was played by Loxana Troy, and she died a few years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Christine.
Deanna's
Majel
mom.
Barrett, who was actually married to Gene Roddenberry.
Roddenberry, yeah.
Who else is there?
Who also did the computer voices?
Which computer? Like on the
for Next Generation, did
Oh,
all the
really,
voices
eh?
for the computers. Yeah, that was her.
Oh,
Yeah, the whole
cool.
first generation is Majel Barrett as the computer.
Interesting.
But I guess like was it in the original series? Gene Roddenberry was a bit of a man whore, hit on a lot of the girls or something.
Gene Roddenberry is kind of a dick, apparently.
Yeah.
But
I think he settled down, and I guess him and Majel Barrett were married for years. But
yeah,
like in the original series, with Janice Rand, it got forced out because of some kind of sexual thing. The girl that played Yeoman Rand,
yeah.
she was pretty smoking back in those days.
No idea who you're talking about.
You'd
She was one of the random blondes that appeared out in like several episodes of the original.
she was only
series,
in it
kinda.
for a little while, but she played Yeoman Rand, but she was like this hot blonde girl.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like pin down secondary characters in the
And
original
then she
Star Trek.
went on a away mission with the wrong colored shirt on. And she went,
Yeah, that she's gone. Yeah,
she's just gone.
red shirted right out of it.
I think she just disappeared from the series.
She woke up one day. She's like, "Oh, fuck! I got a red shirt on."
I'm pretty sure she came. I'm pretty sure she came back for like a couple of the movies or something like that. As far as I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah, I think she came back as like a full-fledged doctor or something in a couple of the movies.
Did she come back as a fembot?
She was in
Totally,
one of
right?
the Star Trek movies. I think she was in the first. I think she was actually in a couple of the movies, isn't she?
Yeah, that's
She
what
was
I
in
just said.
Star Trek 6, and she was in an episode of Voyager.
Oh, really?
She didn't appear in Star Trek 2.
Well, I know in Voyager they brought back fucking Sulu in a couple episodes where he's like a captain and Tuvok was like serving under him like years ago when he was like a captain or some shit. It was like flashback episodes or something, I think.
She was in the motion picture.
Yeah.
So what's her filmography? Is it?
I don't think it's too extensive.
Grace Lee Whitney. The Naked and the Dead.
And not a whole lot.
So she briefly appeared in Star Trek 3, and she was in Star Trek 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Wow, she was alive up until 2007.
Yeah. See that? Oh,
She died in 2015. Her last
2015.
role was in 2007.
Yeah.
Huh. No.
And yeah, Star Trek of Gods and Men. That must have been like an animated series or something.
No, I think that's a fan film.
Yeah.
because there's a shit ton of fan films that have been made that have
Gotcha.
like original actors brought back to them.
Yeah, they'll work for like $50 and like a fucking pack of hot dogs.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, hey, Sulu, you want $50 in a fucking gift card for Starbucks?
It's like, yes, I do.
So Walter Koenig is he's 83. He's the guy that played Chekhov.
Chekhov, yeah.
Yeah, he was the young dude.
He outlasted the new one.
Yeah,
right, yeah,
sadly, yeah.
Chekhov has to get killed.
You know how he died in the stupidest way possible? He got killed by his own car in his own driveway when it crushed him up against his his house.
Yeah.
That's terrible. You can't even like what are the odds that something so fucking stupid would kill you?
Yeah.
And at that last moment, you're like, this is how I'm fucking dying? By getting pinned by my car against my house? God, just terrible.
Yelchin was found pinned between his Jeep Grand Cherokee and a brick pillar mailbox outside of his house, the victim of what was described as a freak accident. As Yelchin got out of his car and presumably went to collect his mail, the vehicle apparently rolled back in his driveway, which was on a steep incline, and trapped him against the pillar. Oh, fuck. Ouch.
Fuck, yes, it's gross.
Just fucking terrible.
The Los Angeles coroner, the office identified the cause of death as blunt traumatic asphyxia. It stated there were no obvious suspicious circumstances involved.
So his face got pinned. His face got pinned to the fucking pillar when the fucking his Jeep Cherokee fucking backed up on him. Yeah. So like his whole head and everything just got smushed right into the fucking mailbox pillar, and he couldn't breathe or something, or his chest got crushed.
Or it could have been his chest. Yeah.
Apparently, there was a lawsuit between his family and Chrysler because of the. There was aware of 2014 and 15 models having a high rate of rollaway incidents due to a gear shift design that would make it difficult for the driver to determine whether the vehicle is in park or still in gear. FCA had already FCA is in Fiat Chrysler recalled the 2014-15 Cherokees for this concern in 2016.
If he parked it up a fucking incline and it wasn't moving when he got out of it, yeah, I don't know. It's just did you not hear it rolling down on you? Like, I don't
know. Cars are fairly quiet if they're not in gear, they just idle, and you don't hear anything different unless you hear like the crumble of rocks underneath the tires as it rolls close to your death.
What I'm saying is that he was murdered.
He was murdered by Chrysler.
What I'm saying,
he killed.
What I'm saying is a random jogger came by and just like pushed on his car and it went down on him. Like that's what happened.
Yeah, right.
Or he committed suicide. One or the other.
Well, it's saying here that Grand Cherokees, there's a software patch to repair the vehicles, but did not reach dealer until the week of Yelchin's death.
Come on.
Why would you need a software patch for a fucking emergency brake? Like
what? It's not the emergency brake. It was this.
He
probably put his vehicle in park.
But shouldn't if you're on any incline, shouldn't you always put the emergency brake on, regardless of the situation?
Yeah,
it depends on how steep the incline is. He was just getting out to check.
You're supposed to put the emergency brake on every time.
Getting out to check
it was steep enough that the goddamn thing smashed into him out of nowhere and killed him.
But it's not like you would. Okay, so help me understand. So your emergency brake, when you activate it, you're literally pulling a lever that pulls, a string and locks up the brakes, whatever.
Yeah. It's pulling a wire that actually locks the brakes closed. Right?
It's not like electronic driven. It doesn't need power. It's all just like a basic
mechanical.
He probably put his car in park and then went to check his mail.
But it's his own damn fault for not putting the emergency brake.
Well, it depends on how steep was this incline.
It's going to be pretty goddamn steep.
When you take your driving test, no matter where you park, the moment you put it in park, you're supposed to pull up your emergency brake, incline or not. If you don't do that, you fail the test.
Like that's got to be a pretty steep incline for it to like come down and like crush him, like to that degree. Yeah. Like I mean, it's a big car and everything, but fucking, you kind of feel like the car's got to build up a little bit of speed before it hits them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. Whatever. Poor guy's dead.
Yeah.
Poor
Well,
Chekhov.
Yeah.
Aw.
Chekhov.
He definitely, he definitely checked off. Sorry.
Chekhov checked out. See ya.
Oh, any Star Trek fans fucking find this shit. It's like you're just gonna come
Gonna
after us.
roll over.
I'm gonna have a Hofbrau. That's gonna be my
They're gonna
fridge
roll
for
over.
Jesus.
Oh shit. So bad.
All right, I'm gonna have a beer.
So what were you drinking? I was laughing too hard. I
It's
didn't
in
even pay
October. He's drinking a Märzen.
Nelson.
Oh, the Martzen, yeah.
I'm drinking an Oktoberfest from Hofbrau.
Oh, okay, yeah. I saw Erdinger gift pack tonight in my NSLC.
Yeah,
That has like 4 or 5 different versions of Erdinger in it.
Yeah, it's got 5 in a glass, right?
Yeah.
What else has it got?
Well, it's got the 2 like ones that are available everywhere, and then it's got like 3 like weird ones that I've never heard of before. I was tempted to pick it up. Oh.
I already have like 2 Erdinger glasses. If I brought another one in, Amy would fucking murder me with it.
Yeah, I got
it.
rid of mine. They're terrible glasses. I
Yeah,
got rid
they're
of mine.
huge. They take up a lot of space. I got
know.
mine packed away.
And they're really only good for that stuff.
Yeah, they're legit only good for that beer style.
Yeah.
So I try to think. What are the other Erdingers? There's I've had the Oktoberfest. I've had the Alcohol Fry. I've had Dunkel and regular Weiss.
I'm sure I have it.
And Picantis, the Doppel, the whatever there was, Dunkelweiss.
Mm.
No, not the Dunkelweiss. It was like the stronger, like a Doppelbock or something. What was in the pack?
That's what we're
I'm
trying to
saying.
figure out.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And like it had like the 2 regular ones, like just the Erdinger, whatever regular, and then the Dunkel, and then it had like 3 other ones that
Okay, I've only ever tapped the Dunkel, but I bet you by looking through this, I can figure this out. So they would have the half, the Dunkel.
It's funny. The Erdinger site just asked me if I was over 21, and it says yeah and 9.
A Crystal Weiss, maybe?
Oh yeah, Crystal Weiss was one I
Crystal
remember
Weiss,
seeing
which
there.
is like just the Erdinger Dunkel, the Erdinger Hefeweiss with filtered.
Yeah, filtered. Yeah. Which is like, oh wow, I really want that shit.
There's the Crystal. There's the Lake.
Would it have
Still like-
had the Picantis, which is their Weizenbach?
That sounds familiar. Yes.
That's the one I was looking at here. Let's see. Go here. This is what I just visited on their site. I've had this before. It's actually pretty good.
See, I would buy that pack, but I just don't want that fucking glass.
Yeah, just go give it to the homeless guy outside. There's always you can't have a beer, but I'll give you the
Lee, why don't you give it to your brother and you can go target practice with it?
I guess. Although it's like I think there's a no about like spreading glass all over the fucking rifle range, but
you can always like put dog poop in it and throw it at the neighbors.
It's just being destructive.
I'm not Redbeard, dude. I don't throw dog poop at the neighbors. I scoop it up and put it in a goddamn bucket, and then we throw it out in the organic bin.
Throw it out in dogs. I thought you threw the poop at the neighbors.
No, I don't. That's some weird myth that was propagated by somebody in our fucking group. I don't know who.
Yeah, so I've had the Alcohol Fry, the Weiss. Ooh, the Weiss I'd like to try.
I think that's in the pack.
What's this one here? This Schnauer.
I don't know.
Alcohol Free Weiss, which is. Well, that's probably in that pack then, that Weiss, because it sounds like it's like a Christmas version of Hefeweiss.
Yeah, I think that's in there.
Be cool. Dunkel,
Crystal, boring.
Picantis, which I actually really like the Picantis. This one.
Schneeweiss.
Schneeweiss?
Schneeweiss?
It sounds like Schneeweiss.
Whatever.
Got so many
Yeah,
bullshit. They got so
well,
many
yeah,
bullshit.
That
spells, man.
that B looking character is pronounced as S, so it's like Schneeweiss.
Oh, okay.
I wonder what that character's called.
With fine yeast or Snow White. Schneeweiss is a Snow White beer
Whatever.
for the cold winter months.
Whatever.
Yeah,
It's like a winter Hefeweiss.
you fucking kidding.
I kind of want this pack.
Okay, just
I don't
go
want the
get the
glass, but
again. Just go throw it at something. Like just get rid of it. Who gives a shit?
Maybe it could be.
just
Maybe I
throw the
can go up,
glass.
maybe
Donate
I can just like go up to the fucking teller and it's like, can I take this glass out and just leave it with you? Like I'll still pay full price. I just don't want the fucking glass.
Pay me more. Pay me an extra $1.
Yeah, whatever.
Donate
Even,
it for those kids. Like,
listen, man, I'll pay you to take this glass. I don't care. You can piss in it. You can shit in it. You can take it out back, and you guys can like drink your free samples you get at the NSLC. I don't give a fuck. Just whatever,
You
dude.
give a
Don't
fuck.
give a fuck.
hey Nick, should the first beer of the new year be the West Mall?
We could do that. Yeah, that'd be actually kind of a good idea. We should do something special for the first beer of the year.
Well, that's
Kind of why we were talking about it.
no.
What about the fucking Duvel? When are we doing that?
Ooh, that'd be good.
Oh,
You got a
okay.
Duvel, don't you, Lee?
What?
You have a Duvel on hand, don't you?
Yeah, I got a Duvel sitting
Oh,
here.
okay, so I will go
Okay.
get a Duvel tomorrow though. And I'll
Sure.
put it
And
up.
we're still gonna do West Mall, but I mean,
Yeah. I have a West Mall.
Keep.
I won't touch it.
Yeah, West Mall will keep as long as everybody's got one. We still have some weird beers to go through, and I'm trying to get Greg to send me a couple. I'm trying to get Greg to send me a Cafe del Bastardo and something else. Oh, Double Tempest. We got Double Tempest to do at some point.
Oh, that's right. I showed that bottle to Amy. I'm like, you cannot drink this. You got to leave this one alone. Leave it. We're probably going to be sitting on it. Just don't, because she has a taste for that. The heavy, all the heavy stouts, all the bourbon barrel aged shit. She loves it. Actually, we had the Kentucky Bastard the other night. It was pretty good. I'll probably go get another bottle, but I think they lessened the price this year for Kentucky Bastard. It was, I think, $10.95.
I wish Santa would publish his naughty list. That's a great way to meet new people. God. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm trying to get. Eric Gilbert says $11.95. I'm assuming that's the price on Kentucky Bastard. And what size of Kentucky Bastard is that? Is it like a 500? Or is that a? I think they're in smaller bottles now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're 500s though. It's not anything smaller than that.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Greg to send me a couple of bottles of Cafe del Bastardo, which I'd love to do like a January episode. Or
yeah, I could definitely grab that too.
Eric Gilbert says it's a 500. Yeah, that's what we pretty much were.
I don't know, Eric. I'm pretty sure I've seen $10.95 for Kentucky around here.
And you know, as time progresses, the bottles are starting to get smaller, and the beers are getting more expensive. And I kind of wonder, maybe are they making less of it, or is it the demand's higher?
It's just the demand and popularity.
Yeah.
I
mean, honestly, when it comes to these big giant bottles of beer, 500 is probably a better size because it winds up making it maybe a bit more affordable. And cracking open a 750, unless you got friends, like assuming people have friends these days.
Assuming
That's
a big stretch.
Asking you may.
Yeah, $10.95.
And Nickel Brooks sends a bunch to the States now.
There you go.
Oh, where was it? I gotta look it up. Trailway posted something, and I'm hoping maybe I can get up there on the weekend. It's like $16 a bottle,
Jesus.
but they just released their very first barrel-aged beer.
Oh, cool.
Which is this stuff. Our very first barrel-aged beer finally started. A Chardonnay barrel-aged sour.
Oh.
That's probably going to be an explosive. Like you open that thing and boom, fountain of beer.
Chardonnay barrel aged sour, man. I don't know. I don't like white barrel.
But this is like their first experiment in making like a sour beer using their I think it was their fermented stainless steel fermenters that moved to the same conditioning tanks where they were inoculated with blends of Lactobacillus and Brettanomyces, then barrel aged for 6 months.
I'm sure it'll be tasty.
Yeah, 16. I mean, I'd try one. I'd buy one just to see. And there's only 200 bottles of it.
Oh, okay.
But about was it a couple of years ago? They bought they had announced on Facebook that they had bought a Cool Ship.
Oh, cool.
For making sours, and they've never so far. I haven't seen anything they've made with it yet.
Because it takes time. Yeah.
Yeah. But they bought a Cool Ship, and then they didn't have any beers for it. And actually, the time in October, I was actually there with Guy. I took Guy to the brewery, and we managed to sweet talk ourselves into actually having a tour inside a Trailway.
Oh yeah.
And I
remember seeing the photos.
Yeah. And we actually I actually asked them while I was there, is like, any word on the barrel aging project or the Cool Ship? And they said that stuff's coming soon.
Cool. Now, what type of area are they located in? Like, are they like in an industrial, or are they out like in?
I'm completely hairless. I'll be back in a second.
They're kind of in a retail kind of industrial / retail area because they're in the back end of like an old mall.
That's weird. Okay, so the Cool Ship. Do you understand how what a Cool Ship is and like how it works?
It's like an open top fermenter kind of thing. It's
It's
literally wide, very wide open at the top.
Yeah.
And it's
very
not like
broad,
an open. It's not even like an open vat. It's actually just almost like a table.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's a big table with a small lip, but the whole idea is that it gets inoculated by the yeast that is driven by the environment around it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And that'd be kind of weird to do at the back end of a mall.
Exactly. So, like, bench brewing here, which I'm not a big fan of, but they are literally in the middle of wine country, right?
Oh, well, that makes sense. If they're in the middle of wine country, there's a lot of fruit and veg and plants.
Exactly.
Very country.
It's all berry crops, all grape crops around them. So all of the yeast that's going to come, it's all coming off those, like that fauna.
Yeah, I'll show you where Trailway is here. See this mall here? There's a friggin' Pet Value right here, and they're kind of like in the back right here.
So I wonder where they have their Cool Ship then.
I think maybe that's it right there, the silver thing.
Oh my god, I hope not. It's like a dumpster ship.
I don't know. Yeah, dumpster ship.
It's a dumpster ship.
It might be a bad place for it, but they got a really nice operation inside. Like Trailway, you go in here, and this is their patio.
But it's also quite possible that maybe they have it off-site somewhere.
Yeah, they might. Who knows? But I mean, they're right in kind of like on the north side of Fredericton because the main core of Fredericton's right here.
Yeah.
And then you go across the river to the north side, and Trailway is in the back of end of this mall. It used to be something else. And literally.
Like you're talking about a brewery because I came in this conversation hearing about wide gaping holes, yeast, and then like you could do it in the back of a mall or some shit, and like.
You see Trailway right here. It's in the back end right there. In the back.
Okay, yeah, that's not, you're not getting good yeast there.
Probably not. And that's what I'm thinking. It's probably going to be a terrible spot for yeast. But they do make great IPAs, as you know.
That's some bad terroir right there.
Ha!
Yeah, that's terrible terroir.
Terrible terror.
There's the pita pit. I went for breakfast with Donrig 13 after
You went to the pita pit for breakfast? What the fuck?
I went there for breakfast with Donrig 13 and his wife after the Big Axe Beer Fest.
What does a breakfast pita look like? Is it just shoved full of egg? Like I don't get it.
It's like a pita with eggs in it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
And
That's fucking dumb.
It's basically Hugo's Rancheros and a pita and like,
I guess. Whatever Hugo's Rancheros.
All of these restaurants, they get so popular just by taking it's the exact same food, but it's just in a different bread vessel. Like
they add eggs to it and then they call it a breakfast.
Throw it in a fucking hoagie. Throw it in a ciabatta bun. Like,
well, if it's got eggs in it, it's breakfast, right?
Here's our pita burger. Like, fuck off.
Like, seriously.
Give me a goddamn burger bun with fucking sesame seeds and shit on it, you motherfucker.
Nick, you're driving the wrong way. You're on the wrong side.
Yeah, you are drunk, Nick, right now.
He's totally picking
I'm looking for this right here because this is
like the nose picker?
The Bolodrome.
Dude, scroll down. The dude's picking his nose.
Yeah, like what the
wow, he is too.
Oh no.
That's not right. No, I'm just looking at the Bolodrome here is called just the Drome now. It's a bowling alley owned by Trailway.
Great. Now, Nick, you're drunk. Go home. Dox yourself right now. Let's see.
I don't know. I kind of want to go to the Bolodrome.
Maybe that's the cool ship right there, right next to the porta potty.
Oh,
could be it. They're getting all the yeast.
Yeah.
All the natural forming yeast.
That's some sexy terroir right there.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. We got to pay attention to Greg.
Hi.
Oh God.
Hey.
My hair's less, and I've got less hair on my body too.
You did have a haircut.
You're getting a wax. Agnes is going to wax your private parts.
No, I don't wax. I shave.
Oh, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah. Is that?
I would not trust anyone else shaving my nuts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ashley, does your wife shave your nuts for you?
No.
That's not really. That's not something couples are supposed to do with each other. Like, you're not supposed to wipe each other's butts either, unless like one of you crippled.
Yeah, like that's like when you're 70 years old and one of you is so infirm that the other one needs to change your diapers. Like that's you're kind of banking on the idea that you're going to be young and sexy for the next 40, 50 years, and you won't have to worry about like taking care of each other when you're old because you'll die early.
Someone will have to wipe your ass for you, or you're going to be dead.
Yeah, I'd just rather be dead.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want anyone to like have to suffer wiping my ass, even if they're paid for it. No, it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's not. Well,
It's like it's an indignity times two. It's like, my dignity has gone down to shitter, and so has the person who's sticking their hand down my shitter to wipe it with whatever.
I'll tell you, if ever like my parents got to the point where they needed someone to like sponge bath them and wipe their asses and stuff, it wouldn't be me. Might cost me a lot of money, but I'd pay someone to do it.
Well, you have that kind of money, Greg.
No, it's not. PSWs are expensive, Nick. Don't kid yourself. That I have this fucking magical Etobicoke money that I'm so fucking rich. I don't probably have that much more money than you do. But I would sacrifice my Coke collection to pay for some
Coke collection. You have that mountain. You mount this mountain of cocaine on your desk where you want to build a snowman.
Oh shit! I wish I had a Coke collection. I wish I had that kind of Coke collection.
The mountaineers across the world are like, oh my God, the fabled Biolog collection is going up for auction. All the jackets.
All the warm jackets.
Hey, you know what? I think there's definitely got to be some sort of beer burglar holiday special involving jackets. I know everyone wants to watch.
Oh dear.
Sure.
Jacket and beer pairings. Oh, wouldn't that be exciting?
When was the last
beer pairings? What the fuck?
When was the last beer burglar video? What was it?
It's been a while. The beer burglar has not been very active for me.
Been a while since I hold my head up.
Well, I mean, I guess the last beer burglar. I don't even know if it was on Beer Burglar channel. I did some stuff with Redbeard, but I think it was all on his channel.
I think that was on his channel. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Beer Burglar channel content. I think.
Hey,
was,
by the way, Greg, when are we doing that do a review on the that barrel aged porter, rum barrel aged porter from GLB?
oh, I didn't even know you wanted to do that. I've got.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to mine because we talked about it briefly, and you probably
Good.
forgot.
Anytime this weekend you want to do it, I was actually going to drink mine. I didn't realize you wanted to do it with you. So yeah, I can do it anytime you want.
Okay, maybe later this week, not Saturday or Sunday though. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What the fuck?
So I shared this with Nick earlier, but I may as well share it with the rest of you guys.
Is it the Jace Westcott shit?
Oh yeah, did Nick already share that with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed you. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I
Jace
told
Westcott.
Lee about it, but I didn't tell
I
Ash
don't know
about it.
that it's interesting that it's what he looks like, or if somebody wants us to think that's what he looks like.
Okay, what the? Okay, we take this offline.
Say what?
What's going on with this Jace Westcott?
All right, let's take this offline. We'll go offline. Thanks for watching. We're talking about later.
Chris
And-
Peters killed those women.
And no drinking and Google mapping, according to Eric Gilbert. Thanks for watching, Eric.
Good night.
Eric Westcott and Eric Gilbert. Whatever.
You are Westcott.